Learn Programming Skills welcomes you to the YouTube platform. I'm going to share with you 10 command prompt tips and tricks you can apply to your daily activities whenever you get access to the command prompt or anytime you are performing an operation within the command prompt interface. You can use these 10 command prompt tips and tricks I'm going to share with you. So let's quickly jump onto our PC and explore them. Now, on my interface of this particular operating system, when I hold the Windows key and the letter E, this is going to provide the Windows Explorer or the file explorer of my Windows 11 operating system. And then in this particular interface, when I hold the Alt key and the letter D, this is going to select the address bar or the address area of this file explorer. So you can see that this area is selected and presently the home is selected, meaning in the navigation pane I have this tab selected. Now let's assume that at an instant you are working within this particular window, which is the file explorer, and you want to quickly open command prompt. It is very simple. When you get access to this interface, you hold the Alt key and the letter D, and that is going to select any item in the address bar. Then you type CMD. Now when you hit the enter key, this is going to open the CMD window right in File Explorer. So this is my first trick, how to open command prompt using the File Explorer on your Windows interface. And this is also available in the Windows 10 interface. So this is the first trick. The second tip I want to share with you is if you want to quickly jump to the parental directory, which is the C colon, we have a simple command that helps you to navigate through, and that is to type the cd \. Now when you hit the enter key, this has quickly jumped us to the parental directory, that is the local C. And then in this case, if I want to access the desktop, I can use the dir command. This provides me the directories of this parental directory, and what I have here is users. I want to access users, so I'm going to double click and I'm going to have this selected, hold Ctrl+C, then move to this line of path, type cd space and type Ctrl+V on the keyboard. That is to paste this copied item. And when I press the enter key, now I have access to the users directory. Now I have moved from the parental directory, which is the local C, and then now I have access to the users directory. Now in this case, when I type the dir or when I use my command prompt history to review the previous typed commands and then have access to the directory command and press the enter key, this also provides me the directory of this users directory. And in this case, I have the username of this PC, which is the BTC channel, and I want to access this. I'm going to click and drag to select, hold Ctrl+C, and then move to this line of path, type the cd command space Ctrl+V, and then press the enter key. Now I have access to this BTC channel, which is the username of this computer system. So this is my second tip or second trick in this command prompt tutorial. That is how to navigate through your directories and get access to a particular directory. Now the third tip in this particular tutorial is using the prompt command. This particular command allows you to change the current line of path and replace it with a descriptive text of your choice. So when I type the prompt command and press the space bar, in this case I'm going to use the name of my channel, which is the Learn Programming Skills channel. So I'm going to type LPS channel. Now when I type this particular command, which is prompt LPS channel, and hit the enter key, you can see that I have changed this particular line of path, and now I have this as my line of path. Now when I reveal this particular command and then add the $ and the letter G, and when I hit the enter key, this add the greater than symbol to the line of path. And now this tells you that anything that I perform in this line of path is going to affect this previous line of path that we have here. Therefore, if I type dir, this tells me that these are the directories in this line of path, and this line of path is a representation of this particular previous line of path, which is the C users BTC channel. So this is there to replace this, but anything that you are going to perform in this line of path is going to take effect in this previous line of path. So you can see that when I type the dir, I had all these directories which are already located in this line of path. Therefore, if I want to access the desktop, I can type cd desktop, then I hit the enter key. So I am currently in the desktop directory. Anything that I perform is going to take place in the desktop interface. Now if I want to switch back to my previous line of path, then I'm going to use the prompt command again. But if you want to have a fair idea about how this prompt command works, you type the command help prompt. Now when you hit the enter key, you have this display to you. It says that prompt text specifies a new command prompt, and these are the characters, special characters, and their meanings that we have at the right side. Therefore, if I want to move back to the previous line of path, I'm going to use this particular command that says current drive and path, and that is the $ and the letter P. So in this case, I'm going to press the enter key to continue, and I'm going to type the prompt command and also use the $ and the letter P. Now when I hit the enter key, you can see that I have my C, users, BTC channel, and also the desktop. And if you can remember, why we had the desktop is when I type the cd desktop in this line of path. So this is the next tip I want to share with you. Now our next tip is how to change the title. Currently this is the title of this command prompt window. Now when I type title and then use a descriptive text, now when I hit the enter key and move back to this command prompt window, you can see that the name that we had here has changed to this particular learn programming skills. So we use the title command to change the default name of the open command prompt window. So this is our next tip. The next one I want to share with you is how to complete a typed line of path in the command prompt window. Before I do this, in this line of path, I want to switch back to the BTC channel. So I'm going to use the cd ... command. So now I am in the BTC channel directory. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type cd, and when I press the space bar and press the letter D, let's assume I want to access the desktop or the document or the downloads folder. When I type the letter D, I can use a special key on my keyboard, which is the tab key. And when I press the tab key, see what is going to happen in this line of path. When I press the tab key, I have desktop, tab, document, tab, and downloads. It means that this particular key auto completes any character or any location that starts with the letter D. So if I erase this and type the letter M on the keyboard, when I use the tab key, I have music, tab key, I have my document. So this is going to switch between all directories that start with the letter M. So this is how to auto complete a command in the command prompt window. Let me switch to the desktop. So I'll type the letter D and use the tab key to access the desktop and press the enter key. So presently I am in the desktop directory. Now on the desktop, when you look at the graphical interface, we have a lot of items here, and I have these two folders available. I want to show you how you can encrypt and also decrypt a particular directory. And I'm going to use the attributes command. So I'm going to type the attributes command. So this is the attributes command, and I'm going to use the +H, +S, and the +R characters. Now after typing this command, I'm going to type the name of the directory or the folder. So I'm going to use this upload directory. Now let me explain this particular command. This is the attributes command, and it is used purposely in the command prompt window to encrypt and also to decrypt a particular directory. So this is to hide, and this is to hide all sub directories and other stuffs in this particular directory. Now when I use this command and press the enter key, see what is going to happen here. This has hide this particular directory and its content within it. So this is the command that is used to hide and also make a secret of a particular directory on your desktop interface. Now if you want to bring this particular directory back, let's use the command prompt history feature. So I'm going to press the up arrow key. Now in this case, where we have the plus symbols, we are going to replace them with the minus symbol. So I'm going to use the arrow key, erase the plus symbol and type the minus symbol. So wherever you see the plus symbol, you erase it and use the minus symbol. Now that I have this, when I press the enter key, see what is going to happen in this area. So this is going to bring back, or this is going to unhide the directory that we just encrypted. So this is how to hide and also unhide a particular directory using the attribute command. Now the next tip I want to share with you is how to clip a particular information associated with a command into the clipboard of your computer system. So I'm going to use 3 commands to illustrate this particular effect. Let's assume that I want to share the color description in the command prompt window with a colleague. So I want to copy the description and how to understand the usage of the color prompt command. I'm going to clip that information and paste it into an application where I can share with my colleague. So what I'm going to do is to type the color prompt command, and after doing so I'm going to provide a space and then type the pipe symbol, and after doing so I'm going to type clip. Now when I hit the enter key, nothing happens, but in the clipboard history of my computer system I have this information copied too. Therefore if I open a notepad application and when I hold Ctrl+V on the keyboard, you can see that I have all this description pasted here. This is the color description of the command prompt. Therefore when I save this file and send this to a colleague, he or she is going to read through and understand this particular information. So this is how to clip a particular information and save it into the clipboard of your computer system. Another thing that you can do is to any command, you can use any command. The only thing that you have to do is to add the pipe symbol and the clip command. So I can also use the dir command in the desktop. When I type dir, these are the items I have on the desktop. Therefore when I type the dir space the pipe symbol and type clip, when I hit the enter key, move to the notepad and let me move to the end of this. When I hold Ctrl+V, you can see that I have pasted this directory of the desktop. So this is what we have in the command prompt interface. So any command you can use the command. The only thing that you have to do is to add the pipe symbol and the clip symbol, and this is very useful, especially if you want to save it for your personal usage or you want to share some information within the command prompt interface to a colleague. So this is also another tip in this particular video. Now we are moving to the next tip, which is to press the F7 on the keyboard. Now when you press the F7 on the keyboard, this is going to provide you with a command prompt history interface. So this tells you all the commands that we've typed in this command prompt interface. If you could remember, we type this, all these are commands, and if I want to repeat any of them, I can use the arrow keys to navigate through, and when I press the enter key, I'm going to access that particular command. So these are the commands in my command prompt history interface, and I use a special purpose key, which is the F7, to reveal it. Now if I want to cancel this, I'm going to press the escape key on the keyboard. In the operating system of Windows have some reserved device names such as con, and con stands for console. We also have the aux. The aux stands for auxiliary devices. We have prn, which stands for print. We have the now, we have the com1, we have the com2, which represent the serial port. All these are names, but they are reserved names or reserved devices names in the operating system. Now I was trying to create a directory, and the first directory I created, I used a normal descriptive text, and that happens perfectly. So I type the md command and I use the space bar. Now before then, we are located on the desktop, and check the desktop, we have only these 2 directories. So I'm going to type a name for a directory I want to create. Now when I hit the enter key and get back to my desktop, you can see that I have this particular name created perfectly and quickly. Now I was playing along with my command prompt window, and I was trying to create a folder with this reserved names that we have in Windows. So I'm going to use the con and the aux as an example. I said the con stands for console, and also the aux stands for auxiliary device. So I'm going to type the md command and use the con command. This is con, and what we have here is JOE. They are all descriptive text, but when I try to hit the enter key, this tells me that the directory name is invalid, because this particular name is a reserved name in the Windows operating system, and that can never be used to create a directory. But let's assume you want to do this. There is a trick you can use to create a directory using these reserved names that we have in our operating system. So what you can do is, I'm going to reveal this command. After typing this command with this reserved name, we use the backslash on the keyboard. Now when I press the enter key, we are forcing this operating system to create this particular directory. But note, when we go back to the desktop, we don't have this particular directory created. So because we want to force the operating system to use the reserved name that we have in our Windows operating system and create a directory, then we have to refresh the system. So when I right click on this space and choose refresh, now you can see that I have this folder created. This was not easily created as compared to what I did previously. The reason is Windows interprets it as a reference to the device rather than a directory name. So when you use these reserved names that I have here, which is the con, the aux, the print, the now, the com1, the com2, when you use them to create a directory, this particular directory will not be accepted by Windows, but when you force it, it's going to accept it, as I did previously, that you can use the backslash just to conquer this operation and make this happen. But there's a downside of this. I will advise you not to use these reserved names to create directories, though you can do it and that is not going to cause a problem. But when you consistently to do this, this is going to lead your system to crash or may bring out some errors. And to avoid this issue, it is best to choose a unique and also a descriptive name for your directories. Don't get into creating directories using a reserved name of your operating system. I am using this to showcase you what you can do and what you shouldn't do based on your individual preference. This is also another trick I'm sharing with you. That is how to use a reserved name of your computer system to create a directory. Now the next tip is, we want to get out some list of programs we have on our computer system. That is, programs that we have installed on your computer system. What command can we use to get out this particular list? And we are going to use the wmic command. So I'm going to type this. So we have the wmic product get name, and when you press the enter key, you give this command prompt interface some time to process, and this is going to give you all the programs that you have installed on your operating system. So you can see I have all this list here, and this tells me the list of programs on my computer system. Now the last tip I want to share with you is how to create or display a Star Wars effect in command prompt. And we are going to use a simple command, and before you can have this done, we need to activate some settings. So we go back to our settings interface. So just press the start button on your keyboard and type telnet. Now when you type telnet, you're going to see this option that says turn Windows features on or off. Click, and when this opens, you give it some time to load. You're going to have all these informations. Use your vertical scroll bar, scroll down, and you're going to have this option that says telnet client. Click on this box to check and click on OK. Now when you have this done, get to your interface, and we are going to display a Star Wars effect. So the command that you are going to use is the telnet command. So I have this command displayed here. I have telnet with a space, and I have the towel.blinkinglight.nl. Now when I press the enter key, you give this some time to connect to this, and then provide you with the Star Wars effect within the interface of your command prompt window. So you can see that this is connecting.